Hi guys, shooting for fun here, and what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little review and cleaning of our Smith & Wesson 380 Bodyguard. Now this is an excellent little gun for concealed carry. It's thin, it's compact, it'll fit in your back pocket, woman's purse, great for concealed carry for women. And what we're going to do is we're going to start out by, you always want to check your gun, rack it back, check your cylinder, make sure you don't have any shells in your gun, make sure it's empty. Now this gun has a unique feature called a double strike. And what that means is if you shoot and your shell doesn't go off, you have, if the hammer doesn't hit it hard enough sometimes, depending upon the type of ammo, you have a second strike. You can pull the trigger again, you can keep firing until it fires that cylinder without having to re-rack your slide. Okay, so that's a nice little feature. Some ammo, you know, it's a little harder to fire than others. So that's a nice little feature. Okay, so now what we do is we rack our slide back, lock it into place with our slide lock. And then this is our little takedown lever here. What we do is this comes down, and what it does is it actually, I spin it all the way around here pretty much, and it comes completely out. Okay. Now what you can do is you release your slide, and it will slide forward, and off comes your slide. Then you take our guide rod and recoil spring. You pull your barrel out, and then you have your gun disassembled. Okay. And what I like to do is I like to take a little cleaning rag, and what works great for these is your old nylon or knit shirts, you know, because it doesn't leave. It's not like a cotton. It won't leave a residue in there. And I just take and I clean my parts really good with the rag. You can wipe down the barrel. I wipe off my spring, my guide rod, and then you can wipe down your frame parts here. Now this gun has been cleaned recently here, and I always clean my guns every time I go to the range. I come back and I clean my guns, just because it's good to keep them as clean as possible. You don't want dirt lingering in there and causing problems. A lot of people don't clean their guns every time they shoot, but I don't shoot the guns every time. You know, I rotate my stock of what I shoot, so it might be, you know, a few week or so before I get back to, you know, maybe this gun again. So you just want to keep the parts clean and oiled and everything. So the next thing I do is I'll take a Q-tip and I take some, this is a Remington rim oil. It's got the Teflon lubricant in there, so even when the oil part actually dries up, there is a little Teflon residue there that will help coat and lubricate the parts for you. Okay. So what I want to do first, before we get into that, is I have the rim oil spray. And it's the same thing as the liquid form, it's just in a spray can. And the reason why I use that is it makes it easier for cleaning the barrels, right? You just hold it up there, you squirt your some in, and then what I use is I use a bore snake. Okay. Now these you can get readily available in gun shop, Walmart. You just run the little piece through your magnet, or through your barrel here, I'm sorry, and you pull it through. What I do is I usually run it through a couple times just to make sure we get a good clean. Then you can look through it and you can see that it's clean. Now these boar steaks, they run anywhere between $10, $20 depending upon which brand you get, but they work very well. Or you can use the standard the little rod with the cleaning tips on the end of it, but this is a lot cleaner and faster. Okay. So now what we do is I'm going to take my my rim oil here, and I put a little bit on my Q-tip, and I'll take my barrel and I'll just run inside the glide there a little bit, run it in between there, and I'll run a little bit around the end of the barrel here. Okay, I'll take my guide rod, and you want to just run it up and down through there really good. And I'll take my slide here, and I just run it all up through the end of the slide. I get the firing pin part of it here where it goes through. And what I use is a cheaper form of a Q-tip. Usually ones you can find at like the dollar store or something like that. Not the name brand stuff. And the reason for that is there's not a whole lot of cotton on this thing. Because basically you don't want the cotton catching on parts and pulling off and fraying into your gun there. These are fairly thin and they're wrapped pretty tight, so it makes it a great part for cleaning the gun. Okay. And like I said, this is not really dirty. If it was really dirty, you would see, you know, miles of dirt on there. Usually you go through 2 or 3 Q-tips there, and what I do is I just go along the slide on the inside trigger parts, the hammer, and you just put a nice little coat of, okay, and then I usually clean my takedown piece there. Alright, and this is something that I do that a lot of people do not do, is I'll take my magazine, and I'll take my Q-tip along the plastic part of that, because it's just a plastic follower inside of a metal casing, and you wipe it down good, because these do, as it fires, it will get gunpowder residue and stuff on there, so you want to keep your magazines clean as well. Okay. Now to reassemble, what we're going to do is we're going to take our barrel, slide the barrel in, slide it back. We're going to take our guide rod and our recoil spring, push that in, and it locks back into our barrel there. Now what we do is we just rack it back in our slide, lock it back into place. Now this part becomes a little tricky because it is a little one-sided here. You want to make sure that your barrel is all the way forward. And this is a little tricky because you have to push up on it a little bit because it is a little one-sided. So it is a little hard to get through that other side there. There we go. We get our piece put back in place there. Snap back in. Click your slide back. and we're cleaned and ready to go. And then what I do is I just wipe off any extra residue. We put our mag back in, and you can know, most people that I reload the mags, and you're ready to shoot. Okay, and that concludes our little clean demo of our Smith & Wesson 380 Bodyguard. Again, it's a great little concealed carry gun because it's thin, it's compact, and it shoots really well as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy.